When my brother-in-law who lives in San Diego said he needed help moving some motorcycles to Texas, I jumped at the chance, especially because of the fact that Fox Raceway is only 1 hour from his house. So now we're here, my first time here. Let's check it out. I'll let you know what to expect with Fox Raceway. Fox Raceway used to be known as Pala Raceway. It is a national level track that has hosted many races throughout the years. It is a massive, massive facility. And with that comes 3 tracks that you can ride, but then there's also a couple secret tracks too. Like, did you know that they have a Surron Track? I brought out the Rawrrs Mantis X. I'm gonna go check out the Surron Track. Now, because of my trip, that's the only bike that I brought. They won't let me ride on the main track of the vet track, so hopefully I can get some on-track footage, some side-of-track footage, and see what the tracks are like. I'll let you know what to expect, talk about the dirt, talk about the cost, talk about the amenities. The other secret track is on their website, is a Supercross Track. It's a training facility that they sometimes have open. I don't know much about it. I'll go check that out, hopefully ask some questions about it. This website plays okay. They've got some good information on there. They talk about the Pro Shop, they talk about the cafe that they have, but it doesn't even mention price. So that's something I want to talk about in this video too. But for now, let's get geared up and go explore the property. If you've not been to my channel before, welcome. My name is Alex. I'm with WeRideTwo. I love anything that's 2 wheels. All kinds of motorcycles, whether it be electric bikes, dirt bikes, street bikes, sport bikes, whatever. Anything that's motorcycles, I love it. If you like that kind of thing, subscribe to the channel. I make content all across the country about different kinds of motorcycles and riding facilities. I'm here to help you answer any questions, learn how to work on bikes, and just generally ride more. When you get here, there is a check-in station at the front. There's multiple different gates opening depending how busy it is. They do accept credit cards and cash. For big bikes, it is $40. For under 85 cc's, it is $20. This electric bike counts as a big bike. Although I can't ride on the tracks, they made me pay $40. One of my favorite kind of videos to shoot is this one, where I'm at different riding facilities letting you know what to expect before you get there. Not every company has a website, not every track has a Facebook page. You might have questions about how much it costs, how many tracks they have, all kinds of things like that. But beyond that, I also like to go and say, how far would I drive to get there and how much would I spend to ride it? So stay tuned for the end of the video where I cover both of those things. There is lots and lots of parking here. There are lots on a variety of the different tracks. This is the vet track. You've got a big parking area back here. You've got parking on both sides of the main track. But I want to start by looking at the kids track, which is back here. So when you enter, you go past the vet track, you loop back around. There isn't really a map, but I'm kind of just figuring out where I'm going. So on this kids track, it's a pretty lengthy track. Are there 2 of them? Oh, there's 2 of them. That makes more sense. Okay, so you've got a mini track here that has no jumps, just little rollers. That's probably great for the PW50s and the CRF50s that are just getting started riding. And you've got the beginner track over here that has tabletop jumps, some rhythm sections of sorts, you can call them, but lots of more chicanes. I like that they've got the scale. You've got the mini Stasics up there, you've got the P-dubs down here, you've got the beginners over here, then you put them on the vet track, and then the main track. They've got all your bases covered out here. That's awesome. And good grief, look at these views. So awesome. You don't get this in Texas. We've also got a pro shop here, full of gear. I'm gonna check out if they're open, I'm not sure. Little playground for the kids. Oh, check it out. I didn't even notice this one when I pulled in. There's a mini Stasic track. Obviously very, very little, but super cool for the Grom style kids. I really like the looks of this vet track. The dirt looks amazing. It's well groomed, well watered, good texture to it. The jump faces are nice and smooth and consistent. But I also like the fact that you've got rhythm sections, you've got rollers, you've got step-ups, you've got tabletops, but I don't see any real doubles. I see a triple tabletop back there that kind of has a scoop to it, but I'm pretty sure you could still roll that. I'm gonna go check out the other side of the track, see if I can see it better from over there. All right, so this is that triple that I was looking at. It does have a pretty steep face to it, but it still looks very vet friendly. To double it or triple it. Like that. Nice, very nice. And you got a 65. How's he doing? Huh? He's rolling it. Good for him, though. I just want to add, this is a Tuesday. Absolutely beautiful day. During the week, you've got a ton of riders out here and a groom track. That's great. There is a full cafe, a restaurant, trackside support. They do maintenance on things. Lots of shaded areas where you can sit and you can eat food. Got porta potties all over all over. Like I said, parking everywhere. And this track looks like a lot of fun. I can't believe this is only 40 bucks. Alright, let's take a look at that turn real quick. I want to talk about the ruts. So on this vet track, most of the turns have a nice little berm to them. They're not bowl turns, but they've got a berm built up. But because of that, you've got an inside and an outside line, and then also a really high line. But this is really well maintained in the sense that you've got moisture in all of the turns, so that when people come in, beginning of the day like this, after being freshly groomed, you can set the lines where you want to go and build out good ruts. That's fantastic for training. I swear, on this trip from Texas to California, we've stopped at a couple tracks. The vet tracks are cool enough to be tracks alone, let alone just the vet tracks on the property. It's so cool. Got a good mix of bikes out here too. You've got some 4-strokes, some 2-strokes, some kids, some adults, some true vet riders. I love seeing it, especially on a Tuesday. Again, it's crazy. There you've got the Supercross track. You do have to have your pro card, your MA pro card to ride this, but man, check out that background, the backdrop. Look at the mountains. That is just so cool. You've got really interesting soil out here. It is not as loomy as it is on the vet track, at least, but hey, it's a training facility. The water truck was driving around even in the parking lots and throwing down water to keep from getting too dusty. I can only imagine, you know, we're in like Southern California area. It's going to get dry. So they're doing a good job maintaining that moisture on both the tracks and the property around. So that's great. Check out this pro shop. Good. How are you doing?
Doing good.
Just had to check it out.
There you go. Are you riding the Surron Track today?
I'm going to try, yes. So I actually travel around the country to different motocross facilities doing like what to expect of the tracks. So they're only letting me ride the Surron Track, but I'm talking about all the other tracks too. I wish I had my big bikes with me, but I came from Texas, couldn't bring them all.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What part of Texas?
Houston.
Houston? Okay.
Yeah.
That's a journey right there. It's like 2 days?
It was 23 hours of driving. I did it in 2 days. But I stopped in Arizona. I went to Motoland, and I rode there on Saturday, and then was here on Sunday.
There you go.
Yeah. No, this is cool.
Well, the Surron Track here is super fun, though.
How come it's not on the website? Like, it doesn't even advertise it anywhere.
We built it up a few months ago. They have.
Oh, it's new.
Yeah, we've been going through some changes internally.
Okay.
So everything's kind of crazy right now.
Gotcha. Okay. It's over by the Black Pavilion, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Over there. You see that main building down there? It's right across.
Got it. Okay. I'm parked right next to it. I just wanted to make sure that was it, because there's no sign on that.
Yeah.
There's signs on the other tracks, but not that one.
Yeah. And we got the kids track down here as well.
Yep. That's where I started my tour.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're open actually every day the track's open.
Okay. That's cool. Now, I'm not going to demo any boots, but I saw you do the demos. Is that just of the Instincts, or do you demo the motions too?
Motions and comps, and we have some women boots as well.
Okay.
It's 2 hours, and then, yeah.
Okay.
2 hours all we need to ready.
Hey, that's cool. And it's free?
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's such a cool thing that you guys do. Now, is it usually this busy on a Tuesday?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's like a slow day.
That's great. Nice. Well, thanks for the info.
Right on, yeah, you have to go now.
Yeah. I might have to stop back in with some money. Let's go check out this main track, see what this is all about. Now, as I was unloading, I saw some factory-looking rigs over here too, so who knows? Maybe we'll find some famous people. I want to see somebody send this triple. Oh, we got a red plate Red Bull KTM guy, number 356. Who's that? Nice! Running number 1 on his jersey, though. So many moto vans. I've never seen so many moto vans on just a private, like a public day. Starkvarg. Hey, that's a Starkvarg truck. There we go. Red Bull, KTM, Husqvarna. Got everybody out. Dang. Monster Energy Kawasaki. Heck yeah, man. Loving this. More Red Bull KTM guys. So cool. Absolutely sending it. That's just a pretty track to come spectate at. Oh man. First of all, I think it's amazing that they have a Surron track specifically for this type of bike because it's growing in popularity, especially in California. Trying to get all the kids off the streets on the tracks. I hope they start to advertise this and get more people out here because this is a really cool offering for them. Now, if you bring an e-bike and you only bring an e-bike, you do have to pay the full price of $40 to ride just this one track. Don't really know which way this goes, truthfully. This is the way the jumps are set up. I see another biker down over there. You okay? You sure? Wow. Oh, cool rhythm section though. I guess that's a split lane? I'm confused. Now the guy in the Fox place told me this was a fairly new track. They just put it together, so it's not up on the site yet or anything. There's a section back there I really want to get. It's a step on, step off, double to step up. Nice. That's fun, man. That is so much fun. So I wanted to see how this turn is worked in throughout the day because you can see it's starting to dry out. The inside line is still very soft and dark, but the outside line is packing in, and a lot of people are taking that outside to keep the speed up. It's pretty awesome. Here's a shot of most of the track. I really like the layout of this track. There's lots of back and forth, lots of arounds, switchbacks. Doesn't look super technical. It's nice and flowy, especially for a vet rider. Something I really do enjoy seeing at a lot of tracks is people that are working around the property, EMTs, flaggers, that type of thing. There are several different vehicles that are driving around the tracks and the pits, making sure that everybody is staying safe. Motocross is inherently a dangerous sport. To have somebody on staff that can help in the event that something goes wrong is absolutely crucial. And on busy days, and they told me this was a slow day, but when you have lots of bikes out there, you have to have lots of eyes on the track that are beyond parents who can actually step in and help and direct traffic if need be. There are some very small trees around the property, but for the most part, you will want to bring a pop-up tent. That way you can have shade. As I mentioned, there are pavilions around the property too, so there are places you can go and eat in the shade. But if you're out riding, if you're with family or spectators, having a pop-up tent will be very, very useful out here. So even the jump faces are starting to dry out a little bit, but they're not getting rutted like they would be on the main track. But you've got these track guys out here. They're keeping an eye on the track. You see him pulling out the hose right now. He's about to lay down some more moisture, just so it's even more prime for the riders who are out there right now. Right here, you can see the big difference between the vet track and the main track. Look at the ruts coming out of the turns and going up the jump faces. Those are things that will be very intimidating for a vet rider, so the jump faces are not as hard on this track as they are on the vet track. But these are also a lot faster riders, so when they're coming out of the turns, they're getting on the gas and they're just chewing it up with acceleration bumps. Let me be clear, I do not mean that as a bad thing. Ruts on the faces of jumps will make you a better rider. If you ever watch Pro Motocross or Pro Supercross, you do not see them riding on highways like a vet track. You see them riding on very rutted out and deep tracks. If you want to practice to be a pro level rider, you need to practice in pro level conditions, and that's what tracks like this are doing for you guys. Let's talk about the facility, Fox Raceway. And this is such a cool place to be. I have enjoyed just sitting in the parking lot watching the bikes fly by. It's such a scenic background. It sounds great, looks great, the temperature is beautiful, the skies are blue, like just overall great day. I mentioned in the beginning of the video that there's two ratings I like to give to the facility. How much would I spend to ride there, and how far would I drive to get there? Let's talk about price. $40 is a steal to ride a national level competition track that has multiple tracks on it. And I love that they do the breakdown of the bikes. Under 85 cc's counts as a small bike, and it's $20, $40 for the big bikes. Again, the Surron style bikes are $40, but I'm happy to pay for that. The track is very well maintained. It's clean. You've got flaggers, you've got EMTs, you've got the pro shop on site. There's vendors all over, even on a Tuesday. I do wish that they had actual bathrooms, but there are porta potties all over the property, so that works out perfectly fine. But for people like my daughter, she would not like to come to a property like this because of the porta potties. So that's just something to be cognizant of. Can't forget to mention the demo booths too. That is such a cool function that they have. Now let's talk about driving distance because of that. I'm the odd one. I drove about 24 hours to get to this track. I would not drive 24 hours to ride at Pala, but I drove here for another reason, and it was only an hour from where I was. Totally worth that. I honestly would say that because of the number of tracks and the maintenance involved and the price point, just everything that's here, I would say this is probably a 3-hour track. I would be comfortable driving 3 hours to come ride at this track without any real question. I'm curious to know your thoughts. How far do you drive to ride at this track? Or if you don't ride here, how far do you drive to get to your regular tracks?